أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Lesson number 265, Surah Al-Fath. إِنَّا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ, indeed we have sent you, shahidan, as a witness, وَمُبَشِّرًا, and a bringer of good news, وَنَذِيرًا, and also as a warner. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addresses His messenger. That, O Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, indeed we have sent you as a shahid, as one who bears witness. This shahada, this testimony is of dunya and also of akhirah. What does it mean by shahada of dunya that the Prophet ﷺ had to testify to? That he was sent to testify to the truth. He was sent to manifest the truth. So shahid in a way gives the meaning of muzhirul haqq. The one who testified to the truth, showed the truth to the people, manifested the truth to the people. This is why he had been sent. And secondly, shahada of akhirah. That what is the shahada that he will have to take in the akhirah? That he conveyed to his people. That he conveyed the message to them. Remember, at the Hajjatul Wada', what did he say? Allahumma shahad. Oh Allah, bear witness that I have conveyed. In Surah An-Nisa, ayah 41, we learn, فَكَيْفَ إِذَا جِئْنَا مِنْ كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ بِشَهِيدٍ وَجِئْنَا بِكَ عَلَى هَؤُلَاءِ شَهِيدًا. We will bring you as a witness against these people, meaning against your nation. In Surah An-Nahl, ayah 89, وَيَوْمَ نَبْعَثُ فِي كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ شَهِيدًا عَلَيْهِمْ مِنْ أَنفُسِهِمْ وَجِئْنَا بِكَ شَهِيدًا عَلَى هَؤُلَاءِ. And we will bring you as a witness against these people, meaning against your nation. So we have sent you as a shahid to convey to the people and to also bear witness against them on the Day of Judgment. And also وَمُبَشِّرًا, bear of good news, to deliver good news to who? To those who believe, those who accept, those who submit. Good news of what? Of Allah's forgiveness and reward. In Surah Maryam 97, فَإِنَّمَا يَسَّرْنَاهُ بِلِسَانِكَ لِتُبَشِّرَ بِهِ الْمُتَّقِينَ وَتُنْذِرَ بِهِ قَوْمًا لُدًّا. In Surah Al-Ahzab 45-46, يَا أَيُّهَا النَّبِيُّ إِنَّا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ شَاهِدًا وَمُبَشِّرًا وَنَذِيرًا وَدَاعِيًا إِلَى اللَّهِ بِإِذْنِهِ وَسِرَاجًا مُنِيرًا. And over here also the same characteristics are mentioned. شَاهِدًا وَمُبَشِّرًا وَنَذِيرًا, and also a warner. So we see over here the noble rank of the Messenger ﷺ. As mentioned earlier, that these three Madani surahs, Muhammad, Fath and Hujurat, these three surahs, they highlight who? The Prophet ﷺ. His status, his rank, the respect that he deserves. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the Messenger to perform these tasks, to convey to the people, to give them good news, to also warn them. And what are we supposed to do? لِتُؤْمِنُوا, so that you all believe. بِاللَّهِ, in Allah. وَرَسُولِهِ, and also His messenger. The messenger has been sent. Why? So that we believe in Allah and His messenger. Because otherwise, how would we know what to believe in, who to believe in, how? وَتُعَزِّرُوهُ, and once you have this iman, then you also assist Him. وَتُوَقِّرُوهُ, and you also respect Him. وَتُسَبِّحُوهُ بُكْرَةً وَأَصِيلًا, and you exalt Him in the morning and in the afternoon. This dhamir, who? There is a difference of opinion with regards to this. Some have said that the first two dhamair, تُعَزِّرُوهُ وَتُوَقِّرُوهُ, it refers to the Messenger ﷺ. That you assist him and you respect him. And the third one, تُسَبِّحُوهُ, this refers to who? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And others have said that all of them, they refer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That you believe in Allah and His messenger, and all of you assist Allah, meaning help His deen, and you honor Him, you respect Him, and you glorify Him in the morning and in the evening. The word تُعَزِّرُوهُ is from the root letters عين زائرة. Ta'zir, azzara yu'azziru ta'zir. And ta'zir is to assist someone, to help someone, but with respect. With respect, with ta'zeem. You understand? You see, one is that a person helps someone, and generally when a person is helping someone, he thinks him to be lesser than him. Isn't it so? Because you think you are stronger, You are better. This is why you're helping him. But when it comes to helping the messenger, when it comes to helping the cause of Allah, then a person has to even help that cause with respect, thinking that he needs to help. You understand? Like we learned earlier, that we need the religion of Allah. We need to help the cause of Allah for our benefit. For our benefit. So وَتُعَزِّرُوهُ, you all assist him. From the same root, ta'zir is also used for punishment. Isn't it so? Why? Because that punishment is given for the purpose of teaching adab. It's a lesser punishment compared to the hudud. Like for example, if a boy, harasses a girl or something, then in that case he's beaten up. Like for example, 10 lashes are given to him in public. Why? To teach him a lesson, to teach him the proper etiquette. This is not permissible, this is not acceptable. So, tu'azziruhu, you all assist him. You assist Allah and His Messenger with respect. Because with Iman, there must also be respect. وَتُوَقِّرُوهُ, tuwaqqiru from tawqir, waw, qaf, ra. And tawqir is ta'zeem, honor, respect, reverence. So you must also have regard for Allah and His Messenger. You must also honor them, revere them, respect them, and you must also glorify Allah in the morning and in the evening. Now, at Hudaybiyah, what happened? The Sahaba, they were overwhelmed with grief, with sadness. Some of them were very upset. And they had Iman, definitely. It wasn't that they lost their Iman, not at all. لِيَزْدَادُوا إِيمَانًا مَعَ إِيمَانِهِمْ. They accepted the decision of the Messenger ﷺ. They accepted the decree of Allah that they weren't able to go and perform Umrah. However, in that state of sadness, in that state of grief, what did they do? They disobeyed the Messenger initially. Isn't it? How? That when he told them, get out of the state of your ihram, sacrifice your animals, they did not obey him immediately. They delayed in obedience. Instead of disobedience, what is more appropriate is that they delayed in their obedience. Before, generally, how was their behavior? The Prophet ﷺ instructed and immediately they followed. But over here, because they were overcome with grief and sorrow, what happened? What happened? They delayed. Umar radiallahu anhu, he could not understand and he went and questioned the Prophet ﷺ. أَفَتْحٌ هَذَا? Are we not better? Are we not upon the truth? Then why do we have to accept this? Why do we have to go back in this way? And after the Prophet ﷺ assured him, Umar radiallahu anhu went to Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. And Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu warned him that hold on to it until your last breath. Don't let this go. And accept this. Accept this. So he assured him. So we see that because of this delay in obedience, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala advises the Muslims over here that Allah has sent His Messenger as a shahid, mubashir, nadhir. And what are you supposed to do? The Prophet ﷺ is doing his job. You're also supposed to do something. Because when a person is on the receiving end, he thinks he doesn't have to do something. No, there's an obligation that is on you as well. And what is that? That you have to believe, you have to support, you have to respect. And if you are overcome by difficulty, if you're overcome by grief, then what will help you? Tasbih. Remember Allah, glorify Allah, and that will enable you to overcome your grief and sorrow. Because difficulties do come in life. We do get upset, we do get sad. But because of that sadness, it doesn't mean that we leave our obligations. We leave serving the deen. We leave supporting the deen. No. Difficulties are a part of life. Trials are a part of life. Ups and downs are always there. Today you're happy, tomorrow you're sad. Day after you're depressed. But doesn't mean you don't do your work? No. You have to do it. And to overcome that, busy your tongue in the tasbih of Allah. Because the tasbih of Allah, what does that bring a person? Satisfaction, contentment. أَلَا بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ تَطْمَئِنُّ الْقُلُوبِ سَتُسَبِّحُوهُ بُكْرَةً وَأَصِيلًا. And when you're serving the deen, when you're serving the cause of Allah, what should be your ultimate goal? To glorify Allah. That is your goal. تُسَبِّحُوهُ بُكْرَةً وَأَصِيلًا. This is not a part-time thing, it's a full-time thing. Recitation.
إن أرسلناك شاهدا ومبشرا ونذيرا لتؤمنوا بالله ورسوله وتعزروه وتوقروه وتسبحوه بكرة وأصيلا.
You see, this is very important. With Iman, what else is necessary? Helping the messenger and also respecting the messenger. Belief alone is not sufficient. You also have to show your Iman. And how is that Iman shown? When you help the messenger, when you obey him, when you follow in his footsteps, when you are on the same mission as him, as he was on, and when you also have respect for him. And you see, when a person helps someone because of the respect that he has for them, then that is sincere, isn't it? And then he will help that person in any situation, difficulty or ease. You understand? When you help someone because of the respect that you have for them, then you don't say no to them. Whether you're tired or you're fine, you're happy or you're sad. And someone whom you don't respect, can you say no to them? Can you say no to them? Very easily. Very easily. This is why respect for Allah and His Messenger is necessary. When a person has that respect, then he will not say no. Remember what happened at Uhud? The Muslims returned from the battle of Uhud. They were injured, they were wounded. And when they had to go again, they left in that state of injury. They left again. They did not say no. They did not stay back because they had respect. And the munafiqeen, what did they lack? Respect. Which is why on the slightest of things, they would be very abusive to the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So it's this respect that enables a person to obey, that enables a person to remain firm. لِتُؤْمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ وَتُعَزِّرُوهُ وَتُوَقِّرُوهُ وَتُسَبِّحُوهُ بُكْرَةً وَأَصِيلًا. Recitation.
إِنَّا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ شَاهِدًا وَمُبَشِّرًا وَنَذِيرًا لِتُؤْمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ وَتُعَزِّرُوهُ وَتُوَقِّرُوهُ وَتُسَبِّحُوهُ بُكْرَةً وَأَصِيلًا.
إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يُبَايِعُونَكَ, indeed those people who pledged allegiance to you, who? Those Sahaba who participated in Bay'atul Ridwan. That Bay'ah that the Prophet ﷺ took with all of the 1400 companions. Why? To take revenge for Uthman radhiyallahu anhu. So those who pledged allegiance to you, and yubayi'unaka is from the root letters baya'ain. Bay'ah. Bay'ah is to make a covenant, to make a contract. How? By striking hands. So those who pledge allegiance to you, then إِنَّمَا يُبَايِعُونَ اللَّهَ. Indeed, they were pledging allegiance to who? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In fact, they were making a pact with Allah. Apparently, they were making a pact with who? With the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because their hand, they joined it with whose hand? The hand of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So apparently it was a pact with the Messenger. But what does Allah say? In reality, it was a pact with who? With Allah. Why? Because making a promise with the Messenger means making a promise with Allah. A commitment with the Messenger is commitment with Allah. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يُبَايِعُونَكَ إِنَّمَا يُبَايِعُونَ اللَّهَ يَدُ اللَّهِ فَوْقَ أَيْدِيهِمْ. The hand of Allah was on their hands. As they were making the pledge, one hand on top of the other, the hand of Allah was on their hand. What does it mean by this? This is just like when we say, إِنِّي وَجَّهْتُ وَجْهَ لِلَّذِي فَطَرَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. That I have directed my face to the one who has originated the heavens and the earth. Literally, if you look at it, it means I'm facing Allah. But where is Allah? He is on His arsh. When you pray salah and you're facing the qibla, it's not that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is physically present over there. But what does it mean? That your attention is directed to who? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Entirely you are being submissive to who? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So similarly here, you are making a promise with the messenger. But in fact, this is a promise with who? With Allah. This is making a commitment with Allah. Yadullahi fawqa aydihim. Allah's hand is above their hands. So they should be fearful of Allah at this point. Don't think that, this is just a promise with the messenger. We'll see what happens. No. This is a promise that you're making with Allah. And what is understood by Yadullahi fawqa aydihim is also that Allah, His help, His assistance is with them. That as they're making the pledge, Allah's hand is above them, meaning Allah will also assist them. He will grant them victory. He will guide them. He will show them the way. فَمَن نَكَثَ. So whoever broke, whoever violated. Nakatha is from the root letters, Nun, Kaf, Tha. And nakatha is to tear something that is knitted. Like for example, a sweater. A woolen sweater. So you tear it apart. How? By taking all the strings apart. This is what nakatha is. So whoever nakatha, whoever unravels, whoever opens up, violates the pledge that he has made, فَإِنَّمَا يَنْكُثُ عَلَى نَفْسِهِ. Then indeed he is violating against himself. Whoever breaks his promise that he's making with Allah, then in fact he is only harming himself. وَمَنْ أَوْفَى. And whoever fulfilled, meaning whoever lived up to the promise, fulfilled that promise, didn't just make the bay'ah and later say, I'm busy. No. وَمَنْ أَوْفَى بِمَا عَاهَدَ عَلَيْهُ اللَّهَ. With that which he promised Allah. Meaning whatever promise that he made with Allah, فَسَيُؤْتِيهِ أَجْرًا عَظِيمًا. So Allah will soon give him a great reward. If you notice over here, بِمَا عَاهَدَ عَلَيْهُ اللَّهَ. Generally, what is it? عَلَيْهِ. But over here we see عَلَيْهُ. Why is it عَلَيْهُ? It is said, it is عَلَيْهُ in order to keep the lam of Ismul Jalala heavy. عَلَيْهُ اللَّهَ. Hullaha. Because then it has a greater effect. Isn't it so? And because it was a special occasion, an important statement, that is why it's necessary to express the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well. And how is that expressed? By making the lam of Ismul Jalala heavy. Others have said that alayhu, originally, who, what is it? It's huwa. Isn't it so? What's the original dhamir? Huwa. So huwa is abbreviated to hu. It's not changed to he, but rather it is kept as hu. Why? Because that is the original i'rab of the word. And keeping the original i'rab in the context is closer to the theme of fulfilling the promise. Keeping to the original i'rab. You're fulfilling the promise. So it's similar, it's closer to the theme. So وَمَنْ أَوْفَى بِمَا عَاهَدَ عَلَيْهُ اللَّهَ فَسَيُؤْتِيهِ أَجْرًا عَظِيمًا. Now we see over here that the Sahaba, when they participated in the Bay'atul Ridwan, apparently they were putting their hands on the hand of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But the significance of this pact was much greater. What was it? That they were actually making this pact with Allah. This shows that when a person signs an agreement, makes a commitment to serve the deen of Allah in any way, at that time, what was the requirement? Fight, even though it means death. Take revenge, even if it means you're not going to come out alive. That was the requirement of that time. If today the requirement is that my commitment is that I will come 5 days a week. My commitment is that I will pick up the chairs and I will stack them at the back. My commitment is that I will make this for the notice boards. Whatever that commitment is, however small, however great, however apparently important or apparently unimportant, that commitment is in fact with who? That commitment is with Allah. On the surface, you're making it with a person. You're saying yes to an individual, to a human being. But in reality, you're saying yes to who? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because that person is only a means, isn't he? That institute or the administration is only a means. They're just helping you with an opportunity to serve the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The actual commitment that you have is with your Lord. This is why, do what you have to do, not out of the fear of people, but do what you have to do out of the fear of who? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do what you have to do, not out of respect for the people that you're dealing with, but out of respect for Allah and His religion. And when a person does his work in this way, then he will do it whether he is upset or he is fine, whether he's tired or he's fine, whether he is happy or he's sad, whether he's busy at home or he's not busy at home. He will fulfill his commitment because his commitment is with who? With his Lord. And he will do it whether other people are watching him or they're not watching him, whether they're marking his attendance or they're not marking it. He will fulfill it. He will not leave even 5 minutes before. He will leave on time. He will come on time. He will do what he has to do out of the fear of who? His Lord. Because his commitment is with his Lord and he wants his paycheck from who? His Lord. And Allah knows fully well about what we do, how we do, when we do. So in this is a great encouragement but also a warning. A great encouragement that what you're doing is something very honorable. Whatever you're doing, your commitment is with Allah. Yadullahi fawqa aydihim. This is not a small pact that you're making, not a small commitment that you're making. You know when people sign a contract with a big company, how happy they feel, isn't it? They boast about it. I'm working for this company. I have a contract for 2 years with this company. And if it's a small company, then they don't even mention the name. Isn't it? So, look at this. It's such a huge honor. Such a huge honor. You should be proud about the fact that you're serving the deen of Allah. You have a commitment with your Lord. So at the end of the day, no matter what task you've been given, that doesn't matter. Isn't it? The task doesn't matter. What matters? What matters? The fact that you're serving Allah. The fact that you have a contract, an agreement, a commitment with your Lord. That enough is a source of honor. And at the same time, there is a warning. That don't deceive, don't cheat, don't fall short. Rather, do what you have to do. Do its full. Why? Because your commitment is with your Lord. Yadullahi fawqa aydihim. فَمَنْ نَكَثَ فَإِنَّمَا يَنْكُثُ عَلَى نَفْسِهِ. Whoever does not fulfill the commitment, he's only harming himself. وَمَنْ أَوْفَى بِمَا عَاهَدَ عَلَيْهِ اللَّهَ فَسَيُؤْتِيهِ أَجْرًا عَظِيمًا. Allah will give him a great reward. Who? The one who fulfills his commitment. He will be given a great reward. Not a person who does not fulfill the commitment, who is only trying to please the people, and he's not concerned about pleasing his Lord. If you want reward from Allah, then know that your commitment is also with Allah. Recitation.
إن الذين يبايعونك إنما يبايعون الله يد الله فوق أيديهم فمن نكث فإنما ينكث على نفسه ومن أوفى بما عاهد عليه الله فسيؤتيه أجرا عظيما.
What a beautiful verse. Yadullahi fawqa aydihim. Innama yubayi'una Allah. In fact, they were making a pledge with Allah. What a great honor. And what a great promise. Yadullahi fawqa aydihim. You're doing it for Allah. Allah will also help you. He will also assist you. You remain sincere and committed, and Allah will also give you tawfiq. And if you turn away, then you're only harming yourself. But if you fulfill, then look at the reward. Ajrun azima. Now, when the Prophet ﷺ, he was leaving for the Umrah, and he had the dream, he made an open announcement, inviting all of the Muslims to accompany him. And this meant all of the Muslims who were in Medina, and who also lived in the outskirts of Medina. And remember that in the outskirts of Medina, there were many Bedouin tribes who had come, and they had accepted Islam. But they had also nifaq. They were also very hypocritical in their behavior. How? That whenever there was an opportunity in which good seemed to come very easily, they would come and avail at that opportunity. But if ever there was a situation where the harm seemed to be more than the benefit, then they would stay away. So over here we see that the Prophet ﷺ, he invited all the people to accompany him for Umrah. But everyone did not go with him. All of the people did not go with him. And on the way back to Medina, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed these ayat, telling the Prophet ﷺ what excuses those people will bring. They will bring one excuse after the other. This is why we weren't able to come. That is why we weren't able to come. This is just like when we read Surah At-Tawbah. On the way back from Tabuk, ayat were revealed. Isn't it so? سَيَقُولُ, soon they will say. Who? The mukhallafun, those who remain back. So over here also, same thing happened. Recitation.
إن الذين يبايعونك إنما يبايعون الله يد الله فوق أيديهم فمن نكث فإنما ينكث على نفسه ومن أوفى بما عاهد عليه